I started off my career very like active on social media and like talking directly to the people who support me and my fan base. It's what I imagine giving birth to a baby is like. You know, it's your secret and it's yours for so long and you're growing it, and it's so special and sacred to you and the family. It's what I imagine giving birth to a baby is like. You know, it's your secret and it's yours for so long and you're growing it, and it's so special and sacred to you and the family. And then one day your baby's just out in the world and your baby is going to school and your baby's dealing with other people and people have opinions about your baby, and you can't control it, and you can't control, for the most part, what your baby grows up to be. So for me, I feel like I just let go, you know, as best as a parent can. I'm like, it's out now. I'm an artist, you know, so I'm going to continue to create art. I think as soon as my album is out, it's always like, okay, what's the next creative project? What's the next endeavor? So I think I'm gonna already be on like some other stuff. I started off my career very like active on social media and like talking directly to the people who support me and my fan base. I built them online. You know, I was part of the first generation to really do that, and this is like a part of what I do. This is, you know, people look at me now and they're like, oh, you're, you know, Lizzo, you're this big Grammy-winning artist. Like, why are you on Twitter talking to your fans? I'm like, honey, because that's what I do. This is how I got here. I'm not going to forget where I came from.
All right, up top.
I ruffled a lot of feathers, and I knew I would. I'm such a world-class rage baiter. When I said that, cultural impact over streams. But I was saying that because it's true, like, to me. And it's like, if that's not true to you, honey, do you. That's true to me. I know that when I'm online and I see things and I'm looking at numbers and I'm looking at interactions with me, that does not reflect what's happening in real life. When I go out and I play shows and I see people in the street, I've had a true impact on people, you know, and culture. And that to me is what keeps me doing this. If I relied on streams and numbers to fuel me and to remind me that I'm successful, I would be miserable, because it's so fickle. And it's like, you know how many of these streams is bots? And that's the tea. I knew how deeply personal it was to people from DC. I had no idea it would have the reaction it had, you know, when I put it out. But I already knew off rip it wouldn't be right if I didn't include. UCB had already been, you know, they cleared the sample, they gotten the credit, they'd been accredited. But I was like, you know what? It's featuring UCB because it is their song. And it's so funny because my collaborator and executive producer, Ricky Reed, before we even mastered Love in Real Life, he was like, I wish we could just name the album Bitch. And I was like, Ricky, oh my God, like, that's scandalous. But I kept that in the back of my mind. And I was like, here we are. And it's called Bitch. And, you know, I didn't realize it would be as controversial as it ended up being. But I am always such an unintentionally controversial person. I don't know how it happens, but here I am, baby. The controversy.
I'm playing the nurse that you don't want to hit if you're stuck in the hospital. She don't
And then you get to a point where you're a major label artist and you're a part of this industry and you're a pop star, and you can be a little selective. And I think some things I was exclusive, but I didn't even know. Like, there's a lot of people just being like, no, for me, you know? So I did learn about exclusivity. Once you become like a pop star, you get that kind of luxury. But I think as a person, I still said yes. As Melissa, I was still, oh, that's fine. Yes. Okay. That's cool. Yes. And I would like work myself raggedy, you know? And I think, only recently am I learning to be like, hey, no,